Welcome back to another one of my videos. In this video, I'm going to talk about what variables are. A variable is just a container or a nickname that can take on any value that we assign it to. I'm pretty sure that this sounds familiar for most of you. That's because you've gone through variables throughout school, in physics, in chemistry, in biology, and the most obvious one, in math. An example for variables in math can be in functions, where we write down letters instead of numbers, and then we can assign any number that we want to that letter. Like fx equals to 12x plus 5, we assign a number in x, and then we find the value of the function. Another space where we use variables is programming. Why we use variables in programming? This is done so that we and other people who are reading our code can understand it better. Think of it as a shortcut. A small difference for variables in math and programming is that in math we can only assign numbers, whereas in programming we can assign numbers and we can assign also text to these variables. Let's look at an example for this in JavaScript. The way to assign or to create a variable in JavaScript is to type const space, then the name of the variable, for example, let's say accreditation. Okay, we want to create a website for a university, and instead of just writing the accreditation after every page, we write this variable, and it's like a shortcut for us. So accreditation, then we of course put quotation marks, either 1 or 2. Let's use 2 in this example, and we write in WASC Senior College Commission. That's where AUA is accredited. So yeah, we write it like this. Then if we want to use the value of this variable, in this case which is a text, in one of our pages, or we want to write it in the console to be more exact, we do console.log, we don't forget the brackets, and we write accreditation. Now it will print WASC Senior College and Commission. You don't have to write WASC Senior College and Commission every time. Some notes for variables in JavaScript: please assign a variable that you would understand later on. So accreditation is of course the accreditation, but don't write, let's say, A instead of accreditation, because it would be hard for other people and for you to later on understand when you're writing a long code. Another note, please remember that when in a variable you want to write something, when you write it in quotation marks, it means it's a text. When you write it without a quotation mark, it means it's a number. So for example, if you want to do operations in JavaScript and you want num1 to be 1, you don't write it in quotation marks because it's a number. If you write it in quotation marks, the program wouldn't understand 1 as a number, it would understand it as a text. That's all for variables. It's very simple. I hope the video wasn't too confusing. I hope it was clear. See ya in the next video. Bye.